tracking this story for the last few minutes. In fact, now the Banjara community can be seen staging a protest over the internal reservation issue for the community a few days after Chief Minister Bomai said that he would write to the centre to implement this committee report on internal reservation, that the community has been fuming. They say that the report does grave injustice to them, and in that sense we do see large-scale protests once again. We're witnessing them outside the Chief Minister's residence. Let me in the meanwhile quickly go across to Deepak, who continues to stay on with us. All right, these are protests outside BS Yediyurappa's residence. This is of course with regards to how some of them have been in fact stating that this is a wrong that is being done to their community. What can you tell us about these protests and the voices that we are picking up from the community that is currently staging these protests, the Banjara community, Deepak?
Well, these protests were taking place in Shikaripura and Shivamogga outside the former Chief Minister BS Yediyurappa's residence. The Banjara community there, protesting, against the Sadashiv committee report. The Chief Minister, of course, had hinted that, he will, write to the centre that they implement a report, and the community, of course, has been saying that it is unfair to them and that it should not be implemented. And today, stones being pelted at the former Chief Minister's residence there in Shikaripura. We've been told some windows as well has been damaged because of the stone pelting. Quite dramatic scenes that we witnessed, and the protest, which initially was pretty calm, taking a violent turn towards the end there.
All right, the protest being staged by people of the Banjara community in Shikarpura over the internal reservation issue for the community a few days after Chief Minister Bomai had said that he will write to the centre to implement the Sadashiv committee report on internal reservation. The community has been very, very angry. We saw how they were pelting stones at the residence of BS Yediyurappa, the former Chief Minister. But Deepak, we are being told that the situation is relatively under control now. The police, of course, had to resort to some sort of action as well. They had to resort to lathi charge to disperse the protesters?
Yes, as of now, the situation has been brought under control. We'll really have to see, as far as the government is concerned, what sort of assurance they'll give to the community. Of course, the Banjara community or the Lambani community, of course, is quite vital, especially in Shikaripura. After the Lingayats there, they form the second largest, vote base. And so the BJP, of course, cannot really afford to, have them so irked. But definitely for the protesters to behave in a manner to spell stones at the former Chief Minister's house, that's something that's being questioned. The police are saying that appropriate action was taken to ensure that the situation is brought under control.
Well, they're opposing the state government's decision to recommend the centre to implement the Sadashiv panel report on internal reservation among SCs. Let's see how this plays out and what the reaction of the government is going to be to this. Thank you, Deepa, for joining us with all those details. With that, a short break. We'll be right back with more news and updates.